Chairman, distinguished Nigerians, great patrons of this country, lovers of progress, lovers of democracy, who are present to honor a man to whom honor is due. Before I make my speech, I want to say one or two things about Professor Nwabueze. It's the greatest gift to Nigeria that we sell abroad proudly. A greatest gift to Africa, a greatest gift to the democratic world in the constitutional making of democratic democracy. It's not too young to die, but it's too good to be missed. Anyway, Mrs. Nwabueze, take consolation in the fact that you are not only mourning a great man, the whole country is mourning with you. We are not mourning, we are celebrating a great man who left the fusion of time. May his soul rest in peace. Now, to the intervention. The second man here has gone. As a colleague, I would have said, I adopt your paper. But there are one or two things I want to underline which I don't agree with you. I agree principally because time is gone. If you are sincere to move forward, to change the constitution now, and not tell me that it to 2050 or something. Tell the 2014 Constitutional Conference. Get one or two people to update it. You can't get a better representation of this country other than those who are at the 2014 National Conference. And I've challenged this properly on several occasions to say there can be a better representation of this country other than the representation put up by Jonathan in the 2040 Constitution. The judiciary was there, and as, of course, as the second one mentioned, no aspect of the country that was not there. And what is significant that many people don't know, the Constitution of Nigeria all over the years were brought before the conference and set up its committees to reconcile and to get the best. That's number one. Now, as the government says, federalism is the best thing because of what I don't know what Adebanjo did. My sympathy for those who are just talking or who don't understand why many of us say go back to 1963 Constitution, go back to Independence Constitution. What led to what? The colonial level gave us a unity form of government with a lot of iniquities and injustice in favor of the North against the South. That is what many of you are shining, you are fighting, shine off. That is the position. It is they who said they are more than the South. It is they who did all sorts of things. But when the Constitution of 1954 was confirmed in London Conference, all these things were ironed out. Before then, all the proceedings and revenue of the South were used to maintain the North. But she will not fought it out. The question of what you call the source control now was revenue under derivation. She will not prove that every state or every region should keep its revenue and just give a percentage to the North. Before then, it was not true. And before then, there was no premiership or federation. we had only a leader of government business. So by the time they went to London Constitutional Conference and came back after the legislative constitution, federalism was established to remove all the iniquities of the colonialism, which always pointed out that in a rural society in Nigeria, you cannot rule out under a unity form of government. And that was accepted. By so doing, they go back to derivation, and it's that derivation that gave the North what it is entitled to underground North, that gave the Southwest what it is entitled to under cocoa, that gave the Southeast what it is entitled to under palm kernel. By so doing, a lot of money went to where it should go. But when the military came in 1966, they abolished all this. And all these things that have been causing conflict, that have been removed under the Macpherson Constitution, were restored and were loaded against the South in favor of the North. That is what many of you have been fighting shy to talk about. Particularly those who are afraid under this presidential constitution, which is dictatorial. And I don't agree with Zekoma. Go to the National Assembly. National Assembly is a product of the fraud of the constitution. It is the military that created it. It is the military that created all the states of the federation without any yardstick. Created more in the north, less in the south. Created states more in the north, more in the south. These are all what we went to the 2014 National Constitution. How can you say we want to amend the constitution? We have all agreed that it's a fraud. We have all agreed that it's not working. We have all agreed that it's against us. We have all agreed that makes state governors, left governors. I'm happy someone is here. I pity him the day he went to the place where there was a dispute between the North. And there was a dispute there. He told the police, I am the governor. He said, yes. You are here, say go. Mr. Governor, say yes. On behalf of him from governor. That is the constitution we want to remove now. It is the constitution that makes Lagos to contribute the best in Nigeria and get the least. We are fighting shy of that. And I warn you, there is no precedent under this constitution. See the dictatorial powers under it that we like to change it. Not even Tinubu. Tinubu was with us when we are in the trenches. And my position in opposition to the assembly is consistent with the position of our federal at the issue in 1999. When Saddam said we should come and do the election, I said no. If the military go back to the barracks, let them go back with their baggage of the constitution. Return us back to the constitution, or we have a sovereign national conference. It's on record. He said we should take part in the affair. Said no, we are not going to. And Salam said, well, if you are going to do your democracy, act as government first. And in fact, the government of that day didn't recognize Alliance for Democracy. It was Salam that told them that you want to do an election without the Yorubas, you are joking. It was they who forced them to put Alliance for Democracy. And Alliance for Democracy then contested that election on protest. Then there must be a sovereign national conference before the election because this constitution is a fraud. So we contested that election and won the mandate of the people of Western region and told our governors then not to have anything to do with Abuja until the Sovereign National Conference convened. At that time, Sovereign National Conference was misconstrued even by Obasanjo. He said the law is an obligation only to one sovereignty. I said no. The Sovereign National Conference we are asking for is for the sovereignty of that. The constitution we made there is sovereign, not subject to any amendment by the military subtraction or obstruction. That is where we are today. So we are still there. Anything to recognize that fraud in changing, how do we expect us to change our constitution by a constitution we did not make? How is that consistent? I say, come on, you are a good lawyer. I don't understand. That what confused me. You agree that these people will impose this constitution and they are using provision of that constitution to amend the constitution you don't know about. I don't agree.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
In summary, as I said, if we are serious about changing this constitution now for the betterment of the country, I don't know if the second one has said, take 2040 template and let Tinubu has the best advantage. He was in the trenches with us to set up a committee to work on it within 3 months and give us a new constitution and we move forward.
Thank you very much, Chief Adebanjo.